All right, Archangel, my man who has been ripping me apart on Instagram.
Yeah, you deserve it, though.
It's all love. Okay, so which NFL player would y'all compare the Atlanta Falcons' Marlon Davidson to, and why?
Davidson's kind of a tricky comp because he was a defensive end at Auburn and then ended up adding a bunch of extra weight. I think he's going to be a defensive tackle in the NFL. So, and I do most of my player comps from an athletic perspective. I think that's just a better route to go about it. And it's not quite a one-to-one comparison, but in terms of the way the player would be used today, how about Marcus Spears, who was kind of more of a defensive end for the Cowboys back when they had that 3-4 scheme, but in a 4-3 defense, he played on the interior more. So I'm going to go with Marcus Spears as my comp there, as unique as that one might be.
Let's go to the next super chat rolling in here from good friend Mark Martinez. Shout out to Mitchell Renz for a really phenomenal performance in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Looking forward to the special. At first, I didn't get it, and then all I look up was Sonic Hedgehog mustache, and apparently there's an important role by a guy wearing a mustache.
Yeah, Jim Carrey, I believe.
Jim Carrey.
Him.
So I appreciate it.
I think.
I don't think, though, he was getting paid $5. But, Mark,
I appreciate that super chat, though.
Much love.
That's a good
Hopefully we can tailgate soon at in some games in Vegas. All right, we got another super chat coming in from the doctor. Any news on Jamal Adams and the Cowboys? From what I've heard, it's a done deal.
Stop it. Stop it. They're going to take you seriously.
Kidding.
No, there's nothing new on that front. Adams' situation will probably remain stagnant for a while. The Jets have said they want to re-sign him. It is at least a little bit weird that they have this top-end player that they've said they want to re-sign but haven't done it yet. Oh, they could say the exact thing about Dak and the Cowboys, for example. If Adams isn't signed by the season or closer to the trade deadline, I think you'll see that report pop back up. Marcus May was linked in trade talks. I think it makes a lot more sense for the Jets to move May, keep Adams, start Adams and Ashton Davis. So it is possible. I just think in the end, the Jets are going to be a smart organization and pay one of the best young defensive players in the NFL.
Hopefully. But that also wouldn't be what Adam Gase normally does. All right, we want you guys to do this, all right? If you want team-focused mailbag, so what exactly does that mean? If you want us to do a mailbag show around just your favorite team, let's say the Seahawks, let's say the Jets, let's say the Giants, Steelers, Packers, whoever, like this video right now, okay? The more people we get to like the video, the more mailbags we'll be able to do around team-focused people. So I see David saying the Cardinals. A lot of Cardinals are coming in right now. Hey, like the video. We only got 89 likes on this. We can get
shouting out your team in the comments never hurts, guys.
That's very true. Yeah. I see a Jets in there. We have been kind of debating Seahawks here in the office. Kevin Otto says the Bengals. Well, if you want your favorite team and mailbags, go ahead, like the video. All right, we'll keep it moving here. We got Alan. What's up, brother? AB to the Green Bay Packers. It'd be a good fit.
Do it, you cowards.
I mean, it would be a good fit. I think it'd be one of those things we would forget about Jordan Love.
You feel a lot better about the Packers offseason if they bring in Antonio Brown, risk involved, of course.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like AB, and I don't really want to see him on an NFL team. But if you're talking about pure fit, he would fit.
Rodgers, Brown, and Adams. That's a pretty darn good duo at receiver and quarterback.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
I say go for it. Upgrade over MVS and Alan Lazard. I say go for it.
I like this question because this next one from William McClain. He's saying Kittle or Kelce, and I think Chat Sports is all about debate, right? Like we're a channel that's based on topics, debating those topics, and having fun while we do it. So who's the best tight end in the league is kind of how I'm going to read this. If you think it's George Kittle, I want you to type GK. If you think it's Travis Kelce, I want you to type TK. I think Tom and I are both going to agree here.
It's Kittle.
I agree.
And it's a good debate. I think these are the two top tight ends. My apologies to Zach Ertz here in this discussion. I think Kittle's the better one. And it's not that Kelce isn't awesome. I think they're both great in terms of receptions. They're both great after the catch, especially Kittle. But I think Kittle being one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL just puts him over the edge of what really you're nitpicking between two top guys.
Well, William, if you want a George Kittle, if you want a Travis Kelce jersey, you can see the link below. It's chatsports.com/jersey deal. So who's your favorite NFL player? Throw it down there in the comments below. My favorite NFL player growing up as a kid was actually Wayne Chrebet.
Okay.
My dad was a Jets fan.
Bold choice.
It's one of the first jerseys I ever had. So
I remember way back when I was playing Madden, Wayne Chrebet cost me a Super Bowl win.
What does that even mean?
Because I was playing against the Jets, and Corbett had this awesome touchdown catch for the win.
The crap you remember sometimes just
doesn't make any sense.
blows
I know,
my
right?
mind. So let us know who your favorite player is. I see a CeeDee Lamb. Somebody said T.Y. Hilton, A.J. Green, Derrick Henry,
Thielen.
Ray Lewis, Deion Jones.
Ooh, okay.
Drew Brees. See, I like this. We got some new names coming in here.
We don't see Deion Jones ever in there. I
see a Devontae Parker, Miles Jack, Kwan Alexander, Tom Brady. Well, if you're a Tom Brady fan, luckily for you, you can actually get this Tom Brady jersey for under $80.
Mm-hmm.
It's chatsports.com/jersey deal. Also, it includes the new players and some rookie jerseys as well.
Yeah, so there aren't all the rookies, there aren't all the new players, but there are some of them available at chatsports.com/jersey deal. You can get the 2-1 as well, so there are some great deals out there. Some of the older players, by the way, are also available on sale under that $80 price tag. So the Brady Bucks, Tua Dolphins, all of those, chatsports.com/jersey deal. You can even get the new Rams one if that's a route you want to pursue.
Seeing a lot of TJ Watt, Jarvis Landry's in there, so continue to shout out your favorite player and go rep the jerseys in the comments in the description. All right, let's go to Jalen. What up, Jalen? What are your new AFC and NFC sleeper teams that nobody's really talking about that y'all guys can see making the playoffs? I believe the Broncos are one.
I think if you're looking for an AFC sleeper team, because I think the Browns are a popular pick, I do think Denver could be that. And I know there are some Broncos fans in the comments who would certainly agree with me. I don't fully buy Denver. I would prefer the Chargers if they count as an AFC sleeper team.
I guess if I'm going to go NFC, I'm going to go back to the Chicago Bears.
Okay, that was one of the ones I was going to mention.
I think if they can just get halfway decent quarterback play like they had before from Trubisky, there's no reason why they can't go back to being a 10-plus win team.
It requires a pretty significant jump, but I don't think the Lions are that bad of an organization. Now, I don't fully trust their coaching staff right now, but they should have won a bunch more games before Stafford went down. I mean, there was like a fumble on the goal line against the Chiefs that cost them that win. Detroit should have been at least close to a 500 team before Stafford went down. And if he plays an entire season, which of course is not a guarantee, even though the NFC North thing is going to be pretty tough this year, I think Detroit could fit that sleeper category.
Interesting. Jalen, good question. Let's go to Raimondo. What's up, brother? Can the 49ers win both Defensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year?
I mean, it's possible. I don't think you're going to see Kinlaw win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
If it didn't happen last year, I don't know if it's going to happen.
I think for Kinlaw, and I think he means two. I don't think he means just one player. I think he means Bosa wins Defensive Player of the Year and Kinlaw wins Rookie of the Year. So, but I get where you're coming from. I think Bosa has a pretty good chance at it. Maybe Sherman does if he has a bunch of interceptions this year too. But I don't think Kinlaw will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I just don't think that he's going to have enough sack production in his first year to really be in consideration.
It's tough for a defensive tackle because whether we like it or not, it is kind of a stat-driven award. Let's go to Jacksonleipart.
Close enough, Mitch.
Yep. Could the Cowboys trade Dak and a first for Jamal and Darnold?
It's interesting. I don't know if the Jets do it because they've invested in Darnold. You have to pay Dak at that point. You get a first-round pick. So here's what I would approach.
So what would you do? Because I actually think this is a great question.
I actually kind of like this one more than
this is tough.
More than you might think. This could be a scenario where maybe neither team says yes. Because you're banking on upside with Darnold, who is still a young quarterback and has promise, but you're definitely getting worse at the quarterback spot.
Sure.
Which is a big-time red flag. So I'm going to think about it this way. Who says no? A first for Jamal Adams.
I want it first, definitely, for Jamal. I'm saying, I think if I'm the Jets, I say no to this because I think Sam Darnold with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper, you're going to get a lot out of Darnold, and you're getting a first. I think the Cowboys would be better off with Adams and Darnold.
I think you're right. If you think you'll be able to get Darnold to his potential, which with that supporting cast, I actually think you might be able to. So as I've gone through it in my head, I think the Jets would say no. Now this would ever really be in conversation because I don't think Dak wants to go play for the Jets, and he's got some power having not signed his franchise tag at this point.
Let's go to my man Kevin Otto, who's always watching, who's always got He's always watching our live videos. So, Kevin, you know we love you. What teams improved their offense and defense the most after the draft and free agency?
Is it the Dolphins for both?
Definitely defense. I mean, they invested a ton of money on defense. I mean, offense.
You bring in Tua, you add Howard and Matt Breida. You don't really do a whole lot of receiver, but you were pretty much fine there. You add some bunch of offensive line pieces. How about?
I would say defense. You could also look at the Raiders just based on the amount of people that they brought in. Denver could be up there for offense.
Players, let's be honest.
I mean, the Cardinals probably up there for offense. You got it.
Buffalo on offense. Mostly because of Diggs.
Okay.
Or the Bucks potentially on offense. If you really believe in Brady.
And Gronk. All right, let's go to Richard. What's up, Richard? Appreciate the question.
He wanted us to say Bengals to both. But
yeah, sorry, homeboy. Would it be best for Newton to take a year off, stay in shape until an opportunity comes in 21-22 season?
I say no, and here's why. At that point, you've got a 32-year-old Cam Newton who's played in 2 games over the past 2+ seasons because he missed a decent amount of the 2017 season as well. I don't think that's a good idea for Newton because now you've got even more uncertainty, more unprovenness for how he is after the shoulder surgery. And in reality, there's a difference between in shape in the offseason and game shape.
Oh, yeah.
I like to try to get Newton into at least training camp, NFL practice shape. So if I'm Newton, if I can't find a starting spot after maybe the first week or two, I just got to go sign with the team as a backup at that point.
I see. I don't know if I'm going to sign up as a backup. I would maybe try to wait even a little bit more, and I don't really want to see an injury to a quarterback, but it does happen. So if an injury happens to maybe a guy like a Ben Roethlisberger, he'd be able to go in there and play for the Steelers or for another starting quarterback. I understand the intrigue around Newton. He's a very good quarterback. I don't think he should be a backup, but with everything going on in the world right now,
it's tricky.
It is very tricky. So who's going to win the 2020 NFL MVP? Let us know here. I'm curious what you guys think, and if you want to get a jersey of that NFL MVP, you can go to chatsports.com/jersey deal. It's not fair to say, but I'm going to make a rule. You can't say Russell Wilson, or no, you can't say... I've ruined it. You can't say Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to say Russell Wilson.
Oh, wow. You totally botched that one. Okay. Yeah. How about a non-quarterback answer here?
Non-quarterback for NFL MVP.
Saquon Barkley. Because Jason Garrett's going to get Barkley the ball about 400 times next year.
Okay. I'm going to go with...
That's the offense.
I'll go with Christian McCaffrey then.
Same reason. Okay. I like that.
He's going to get a lot of checkdowns from Teddy B.
Yeah.
You could also see... Okay, I like those. What do we got? We got a Larry Fitzgerald. Somebody said Free Breeze. Aaron Darnold.
Cook in the same category of just force-feeding your back. Nick Chubb could also, I think, fit that surprise category. Not that he's going to win, but...
Derrick Henry. Okay, continue to have him coming in here. Who's going to win the 2020 NFL MVP? Let's go to Dylan. Looks like a Saints fan. Should the Saints just give Kamara an extension? Should he just get it done this season, basically?
If you do the Kamara extension now, isn't he going to be asking for Christian McCaffrey money? Yep. And that kind of becomes an issue for the Saints. And he has a very good point of how do they pull this off in terms of looking ahead with Ramczyk and Lattimore? I thought they already extended Ramczyk, but maybe I'm mistaken on that one. With Lattimore and Marcus Williams, it's tricky. You're going to have to get creative with the way you do those extensions. Now, what the Rams have done is they've added fake years, and they've pushed money off down the road. So for the Saints to make that work, you'll save money when Drew Brees is no longer a member of that team. You'll move on from other potential players. You can make it work for all of them. It's just going to get a little bit tricky as things go along. Maybe you move on from a Demario Davis. Maybe you try and extend or restructure someone like an Armstead to save a little bit of money. So it's tricky, but it is doable with the way things work. Maybe you try and restructure Cam Jordan, or you restructure Michael Thomas, put him on that similar deal where he's got a $19 million cap hit. You restructure it, bring it down to 10, and push the rest of that $9 million off over the next couple of seasons.
I love Kamara, but I think you and I would both agree that I am probably not going to extend Kamara. As great as a running back he is, I think especially in that offense, you can win without a top running back. Dylan, appreciate the question.